Humans aren't born out of laying around on their asses. We've been born out of conquering a world. We're the dominant species. We built all this. We're powerful, and we're beautiful, and we're ready to build the next level of civilization in God's plan. But you must stop bowing to those who want to make you a victim. You must become the victor. If you love God and you want to build a pro-human future, then you are an enemy of the New World Order and Satanism. They want us shut down because we have the Spirit. I'm jacked into the source. I know the secret, and I want to see you empowered. But you have to believe in yourself first. This is the truth, and everyone knows it.
So, ladies and gentlemen, I've had people who are not pleased at the videos that I do critical of Hasan say, "You're obsessed with him. You're obsessed with him." I could not even begin to approach the level of obsession that Hasan has for Asmongold. Before it was destiny, and it moves from person to person, but now that Asmongold has usurped his role as the #1 political streamer on Twitch, which makes Hasan a #2, he has been absolutely obsessed with Asmongold. And the thing about Hasan is, he's not clever. He's not a very intelligent person, but he thinks that he is. So he makes these videos and tries to do this sort of tongue-in-cheek, kind of, joking, sort of playful thing about how he approaches the topic. But it's so transparent. It's so obvious to anyone paying attention that this guy is just absolutely resentful. And the thing about Hasan is, at a certain point, when you're as much of a narcissist as he is, it's hard to tell if this is a facade that he's putting on or if he is genuinely as retarded as he appears on a daily basis. Because we have this video here that says, Hasan takes shot at Asmon, says he's suffering, not implementing basic hygiene, going outside, talking to real humans. He obviously has a lot of deep-seated insecurities in terms of output. He's succeeding tremendously, but there's a time limit on that. It's very weird how, concerned Hasan is. Let me share that same concern. Hasan is suffering. He's not implementing basic reason. He glazes terrorists. He laughs at dead babies. He openly films himself committing crimes, like saying that they should kill Rick Scott. This guy has a lot of deep-seated insecurities. This guy actually may be the textbook definition of a deep-seated insecurity. He's succeeding, but there's a time limit on that, even more than Asmongold. Because I guarantee you what's going to happen. Hasan is going to start aging. He's going to start going bald. He's going to start getting fat. And all of a sudden, his audience that has given him the benefit of every doubt is really going to turn their back on him. Because I think 90%, that's generous, 99% of the reason Hasan gets the benefit of the doubt is because he's an attractive guy. He is. So girls and guys both give him a lot of leeway, where normal people, if they glaze terrorists a fraction as much as Hasan, they would get canceled. They get shit on. And rightfully they should, because supporting terrorists is wrong. But this is a terrorist glazer who not only glazes terrorists, but terrorists glaze him. This is a guy that's wrong about everything that he's ever said. I cannot find one clip of Hasan saying something that is actually insightful and true and honest and in good faith from start to finish. From start to finish, the entire thought, the entire sentiment. It doesn't start one way and then deviate one way, or it starts this way and then ends. No, I can't think of a single clip or a single topic where Hasan has been entirely good faith represented views that are opposed to him reasonably. No, this guy is a serial liar. He's a narcissist. He's a low IQ, low value freak. Low information doesn't even begin to cover it. So anyway, I want to play this clip. We're going to look at a couple of the comments in the comment section below because I do think it's pertinent.
Did USAID not play a single role in DEI in video games or whatever?
Hold on, let's
Did
go.
USAID not play a single role in DEI in video games or whatever? Okay. But
so just coming right out, USAID didn't play a single role in DEI in video games or whatever. USAID did play a role in DEI in video games and in a lot of other places, and DEI is gross. Hasan doesn't think DEI is bad. He doesn't. He doesn't think it's bad. He supports it. So he's at the point of saying, well, this didn't support this stuff. But his next thing would be, well, even if it did. That's the progression. This didn't happen. Well, even if it did. Hasan is at the first stage of denial. Because he doesn't want to admit that it's actually true. That DEI did play a role in a lot of different, USAID did play a role in some of these grants being given for exorbitant amounts of money to promote DEI. And DEI itself is an absolute killer because it's a disgusting, regressive, repugnant ideology.
are making yourself suffer. Whether it be not implementing basic hygiene, taking care of yourself, fixing your diet, working out, touching grass, going outside and seeing the fucking sun every now and then, or talking to a real human being that isn't fucking blaring something at you over
Like a terrorist?
a screen. He's not even suffering. He's literally one of the richest content creators on the internet. Yes, he is. He is one of the richest content creators on the internet, but if you think he's not fucking suffering, you're actually wrong. What are you talking about? He's had health issues. He obviously has a lot of deep-seated insecurities in terms of like what his output is. Like right now he's riding high, and I understand that better than anybody else as a content creator myself. He's riding high currently with the massive amount of attention that he's getting. But if that viewership dried up, he would not be as excited to turn on the broadcast every fucking day. There's a reason why he doesn't stream on his main channel to begin with.
I mean, this is a very interesting take. And I think this is something that Hasan genuinely can't understand because he doesn't give a shit about his audience. He only cares about optics. And this may be coming from, somebody like Asmongold that didn't come from a super wealthy family. We weren't the billionaire real estate developer that apparently Hasan's parents were. Hasan has lived his life based around optics. How does this look? How does this make me look? Because he's never really had to worry about money all that much. He's always been this child of affluence. And anyone who denies that, like he goes on the Young Turks, and he gets insane amounts of money. Anyone who says, like, this guy at a young age goes and works for his nephew on the Young Turks and gets obscene amounts of money and exposure and all this stuff, most people don't have that. I didn't have that. Asmon didn't have that. Now, I'm not putting myself in the same category as Asmon. Asmon gets millions of views a month. And my channel has like millions of views since I started the channel. But the fact is that Asmon would do it even if the viewership decreased because he enjoys doing it. The money doesn't mean anything. He has more money than he's going to be able to spend in a lifetime. If the viewers were to cut by half, Asmon would still do it. Same with me. If I do a live stream or I do a video and it gets 10 views, 20 views, 30 views, I'm still doing that next video and I'm still glad to do it. Hasan is different. Hasan is entirely based on optics. He's entirely based on the perception. He doesn't enjoy what he's doing. I mean, how could you? He's a terrorist, glazing, narcissistic, duck-facing retard. He's only in it for the clout and the money and the attention. So he couldn't possibly understand that somebody like Asmon and somebody like myself do this for something more than that. I think that if Asmon started to stream, I mean, keep in mind, this retard freak, Hasan, would never do what Asmon did. Asmon was getting nervous and feeling anxiety about his main channel, so he started another channel so that less people would be there. Like, there's nothing true about anything that Hasan says. There's nothing true about anything that Hasan says. Nothing. Everything is a lie. Everything is a misrepresentation. I mean, would you do that? Like, if what Hasan's saying is true, that Asmon is only interested in the views, wouldn't he stream on his main channel? Asmongold, the main channel? He streams on Twitch from Zach Rar. Zach Rar is his other channel. And I mean, he constantly has talked about that he doesn't feel comfortable streaming on his main channel for whatever reason. But Asmongold could stream to a lower number, but Hasan can't because his ego is so wrapped up in everything that he does because he's a narcissist.
And went on his alt. So in some ways, yes, he's succeeding tremendously, but there is a time limit on that.
Anyway, let's look at some of the comments to really get a feel of what people think about Hasan. I can't even listen to that retard for more than 5 minutes. I promise this isn't an alt account. I didn't post this myself. It just seems like it because I would absolutely call him a retard, and I share your sentiment. Because going to Japan to wear a maid outfit with your boys is totally normal. Devastating. Absolutely devastating. It really is. Yeah, this is a guy. Keep in mind, I'm gonna pull it up from my YouTube community tab. Keep in mind that this is the guy who is saying this. This is a guy that went and did a humiliation ritual in Japan where he dressed up as a maid. And so this is the person that's talking. Oh, this is the normal guy that's going to give Asmongold advice. I mean, outrageous. Ridiculous. And, Hasan, he's a special breed of retard. He's just absolutely irredeemable. There is nothing about Hasan that I've ever seen. And by the way, here's another flashbang for you. This is Hasan Piker, by the way, the guy that's telling Asmongold how to be normal, right? I just got to tell you, and I've criticized Asmongold. I have some criticism for Asmongold, in the past and stuff like that. But the fact is that it's undeniable that Hasan is not coming at this from a place of caring. He's coming at this from the place of being Karen. He's somebody that is bothered, that is absolutely bothered by what Asmongold is doing. Hasan is bothered by what Asmongold is doing. Asmongold is making content that he wants to make. He doesn't have to sell his soul to do it. He doesn't have to reveal himself to be a hypocrite to do it. Like Hasan selling merch for $35 that apparently was AI generated. That was one of the most hilarious revelations that his own community was calling him out because the overpriced slop t-shirts that are garbage looking, well, they came from AI as Hasan was currently in the midst of virtue signaling about how much AI art is a problem. This guy is a fraud, he's a freak, he's a liar, he's disingenuous, and he's a narcissist. And he's sitting here shitting on Asmongold because he's trying to apply his own insecurities and inferiorities and complexes onto Asmon. If Asmon streamed to 1,000 people, I think that he would be fine. I think he'd get up and do the same thing every day. That's my personal belief. If Asmongold thinks that I'm wrong, he can feel free to correct me. I'm the biggest Asmon hater, but health is very important, and I agree in that aspect. But this coming from Hasan, but this is coming from Hasan, and this isn't genuine concern, but rather jealousy. So, I mean, this person is giving his opinion about, Asmongold's health, but even he recognizes that Asmongold is not being looked after by Hasan with any sort of real caring. It's more so jealousy and bitterness and anger and resentment. The terrorist simp that pays for and has anger issues is worried about you. Tagging good old Asmongold in there. Says the Nepo baby that is literally audience captured. Asmon is locked in, Hasan is not locked in and coping. Interesting. Another day, another cope-filled rant. Not to mention he's assuming Asmongold doesn't go play outside and have friends. Very likely does. Boy should open a theater with all of the projection that is going on. Very good. I think Hasan is the one suffering. True. The cope is unreal. Cope, projection. Hasan, slow down with that BS. So people are coming out to call out Hasan, and it's like this no matter where Hasan goes. He's not popular anymore because people have become too familiar with his bullshit. And the fact is, he's a freak. He's a degenerate, low IQ, low value freak. He's a terrorist supporter. I would say he goes beyond being a terrorist supporter. I would say Hasan is a terrorist. He's a terrorist propagandist at the bare minimum. You don't bring on a terrorist to your stream and call them Monkey D. Luffy and say that you're a hero and you're doing what Luffy would do. Yeah, Luffy would randomly kill people and commit acts of harm. Right. I mean, it's unreal the fact that this guy would put out this sort of content and think it doesn't make him look absolutely horrendous. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, that's the video. I appreciate you watching. I appreciate you supporting, and I'll see you next time.